real quick before we get started on this recipe, I roughly calculated the cost to make this and it comes out to about $8. It's really cheap. And it's 4 really good sized servings, so that's $2 a serving. Like I said, casseroles, you can't beat it. Hi, welcome to Foodie. Today we're going to make a casserole. I thought that might be a good idea with, this is March 2022. Inflation is going crazy, food prices are skyrocketing, and kind of remembered back in my childhood days where my dad worked for a tire company up in Akron, Ohio. And every couple of years or 3 years, the contracts would run out, they'd go on strike, and we had very limited income coming in. And so my mom had to come up with ingenious ways to feed the family on a tight budget. And I always refer to my mom as the casserole queen. Casseroles are great because you can minimize the amount of meat. Like today, I'm going to use a ½ pound of ground beef. You could use a full pound if you want to, but we're going to use a ½ pound today. And of course, the filling part of casseroles is it's either usually noodles, some kind of pasta, potatoes, or rice. And so that's the filling part, and those are all pretty cheap. And what I liked about casseroles is you can freeze, eat what you want to today, freeze it, and bring it back out in a couple days, and they'll last you for 2 or 3 meals. Anyways, so let's get started on this. Real quick before we get started on this recipe, I roughly calculated the cost to make this and it comes out to about $8. It's really cheap. And it's 4 really good sized servings, so that's $2 a serving. Like I said, casseroles, you can't beat it. So what I'm going to make today is like a Tex-Mex casserole with potatoes. So what I've already done here is I've taken 3 medium-sized potatoes and I put them through the food processor on thin slice. So they look almost like the size of potato chips, really. Got them all sliced up, and what we're going to do is I'm going to put them in a pan of salted water. I'm going to bring these to a light boil and we're going to simmer them for about 10 minutes. So while the potatoes are getting ready to boil, let's go ahead and we can start on our ground beef mixture. All right, I've got my ground beef, ½ pound of ground beef. I'm just using 80-20 mix today. Got it on about a medium heat. I'm going to start to fry this up, and I've got ½ cup of chopped bell pepper, 1/2 of a medium-sized onion chopped. I've got a can of black beans. You want to drain them and rinse them thoroughly. I've got a 10-ounce can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. Rotel would be fine, but like I said, I'm trying to prepare some meals on a tight budget and I'm just using the store brand. Then also 1 can of sweet corn. So we'll drain these and get these all the liquid out of there while this is cooking. All right, we're just going to continue to fry this. I'm going to chop up the beef as much as I can. And we'll fry this up until the meat is no longer pink and until we've got some nice soft vegetables. In the meantime, we can preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Okay, my ground beef is, I think, pretty well cooked. The peppers and the onions are pretty soft. So what I'm going to do, because this is 80-20 hamburger meat mixture, I'm going to drain the grease off and then pat it really good with a paper towel just to get all that excess grease off of there. I'll be right back. All right, I'm going to turn my heat down to low, medium low. I've got one chopped clove of garlic. We're going to put this in here and fry it up for just like 30 seconds just to kind of get it a little bit soft and get that flavor released. Okay, my garlic has been in there for about 30 seconds or so. Now we can start adding in the other vegetables. Because I'm using, I'm going to be making a half a recipe, I'm going to use half a can of sweet whole kernel corn. All right, we got our corn mixed in. You just want kind of a nice where it's a good blend, where there's plenty of corn in there you can see it. I've got one package of taco seasoning, and I'm going to put in just a half a package because I want to use in a half a pound of ground beef. And that would come out to about 4 teaspoons. Obviously this recipe, if you double my recipe, it'd be perfect because you can put the whole can of corn, the whole package of taco seasoning. And let's start here. We'll put in about a half a cup of enchilada sauce. All right, we'll just let this simmer, I don't know, 5 minutes. You don't want this too liquidy, and that'll give plenty of time to get that seasoning dissolved and absorbed into the ground beef. All right, I sprayed a 1.5 liter baking dish, or 6 cups, with cooking spray. And now I'm putting in half of the potatoes. Try to even it out so it's nice, evenly distributed. We can put in half of our meat mixture. Spread that out pretty good evenly. We'll put a layer of the black beans. Use as much or as few as you like. Now, what I like here is I'm going to pour on, I have some Crema Mexicana. It's like a Mexican sour cream. And it's almost like a European sour cream. It's very liquidy. So I'm just going to drizzle, or I'm going to pour just enough to maybe cover it. I'll spread it out so that there's like maybe a ½ inch layer of the sour cream in here. Now a layer of our green chili, or tomatoes with green chilies. Layer of grated cheese. This is a 2-cup bag. I'm probably going to use maybe a cup and a half. Okay, next, our final layer of potatoes. The tomatoes. What I want to do is have the top 2 layers, the beef and the cheese. Okay, our oven's preheated to 350. We'll put this in there. I'm gonna put it on a baking pan, just in case it spills over. All right, so we'll put this in the oven for 35 minutes. I may go 40 minutes just because it'll take a while for that bottom pan to heat up. All right, time is up. It already looks pretty darn good. I'm gonna just sprinkle a little bit more cheese, maybe around the edges. Okay, I'm gonna put this back in the oven just for maybe 2 minutes, just till that cheese melts. All right, looks fantastic here. Let's see if I can pick this up. I'm gonna let it maybe sit for about 5 minutes. All right, I can't wait any longer, so we'll put up one serving here. The other great thing here about casseroles is you got everything in one dish. You've got your starch, your beef, you got your starch, your meat, beans, vegetables, tomatoes, everything in one dish. All right, I'm gonna serve this one up on a smaller dish. I think it'll look better. So what I'm gonna do is top it with a little bit of fresh chopped cilantro. We've got a really nice ripe avocado. And then just a little bit more of the sour cream. That looks really good. Tex-Mex potato casserole.
Okay, let me try. Very good.
Very good, yeah, I like that. Something else you can maybe do is put a layer of chopped fresh jalapenos there in the middle. That would kind of really spice it up a little bit more too. Anyway, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to Foodie right over there. Thank you for watching.